Okay, so we are back for another session of Miru, and this is likely the final session for Miru II. So let's do this. We have a few days left, and we're gonna go. We're going up north. We're going northeast. We're going here because our people ran away from me, ran away from us after we defeated the god. And listen, at this point, we'll defeat every god until everyone is gone. We'll take down Alora and her dumb cult. Okay, so yeah, let's do this. I believe we were here in the grasslands, I believe, and then so we are going to move up to this. So we will start off with the usual procedure of moving to a new tile. And then we'll mark off the day. This is day 46. This is day 46. We are going to roll. We're going to roll to see what the terrain is. And remember, we don't want ones to mess up our jelly ankle. It's 5. Desert. So that is the desert. We're going to go to page 28. Hopefully we can find the black hat guy and get another chance to fight him. So let's determine the event. That's a 7. So it's an encounter. We'll go to the encounter side and roll an encounter. 4. 4 is called She Knows. You step into an old grocery store. It's an absolute mess. There's a layer of dirt on the floor about 2 inches thick. Many of the shelves have fallen apart. You check the front registers. Okay. I get 2 bits. You check the back room's freezer for anything useful. 6 millbars. Nice. As you exit the back room, you hear someone stepping on some trash. Oh my god. Oh, black hat. If only I had gotten this one. I could see that he's in the next encounter. Okay. You hide behind a shelf and slowly follow the noise of them moving around. You prepare for an attack. And then it shows like the helper badges. I don't have those badges, so... after a few intense minutes of waiting silently, a helper F2 walks into the store blasting, "There is no escape from me," on its speakers. It looks at you directly and blasts it a second time. Then it exits the store. You turn around to see an android with 4 arms running full speed at you. Okay. It only has 8 HP, so I don't even know if I have to track this, because my laser sword does 9 damage. Well, I might have to track it because the defense is 4. I think it's just going to be 2 hits for me, though. I could also do weapon toss. I never did weapon toss. That could be fun. So let's see. First, I got 2 more bits, so I'm gonna write that down. And then I got 6 more millbars. Okay, so that's in there. So there is this android. The android has 8 HP, so I will track it right there. Android is gonna go first. None of its hits are going to land because of all the armor that I have on it, so it's gonna be my turn immediately. As it goes to hit me, I'll still roll to see. That's a 4. A 4 would have only done 8 damage, but I have 12 armor, as we know. So I'm going to see if I should do weapon toss, because that could be fun. I don't think I've used it before. I mean, that gives me 2 attacks. So, here is my HP's at 20. My EP was at 14 last we played. So, I'm going to go down 2 EP for weapon toss. And that will give me 2 attacks. So I can throw a melee weapon from my active body. So I'll attack with it, then I'll, I guess, throw it is the attack? Let's see what... I have a couple. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to throw the not my laser sword. I don't feel like throwing that. But I'm going to throw the God Finger that I have, and that does 8 damage minus 4. So it's now at 4. But because I did the weapon toss, and then I pull out, I throw the God Finger, and then I pull out the laser sword. Laser sword does another 9 damage. So that thing is dead. Okay, that was quick. It runs at me. I pull out the God Finger, right in its chest. It continues to run, and then I pull out the laser sword, chop its head off. It's done. Easy work. Easy work, as they say. So, I get 3 spare parts. I'm gonna move that up. I get 3 spare parts. And then combat is over. So I can roll 3d6 to see what I get. For the combat aftermath, it's kind of like that loot roll. So let's see. 3d6. So that's 10. I rolled 1, 4, and 5. I could do some spare parts, some fruit, and some meal bars. I can add it all together for 10 and get 6 bits. Yeah, let's just do that. I'll add it all together, get 6 bits, and the bits go up to 47. So that is day 46. I'm going to eat and sleep. So there's that. And then we go back to step 1. We move to a new tile. We're moving up northeast again. Okay, so let's see what the terrain is. 4, grassland. Okay. So I'm gonna roll for the event. That's 5. So 5 is ruins. I have 2 more ruins that I could do here in the grassland. So let's see if I get it. 3. Yeah, 3 is one that I haven't done. An anomaly. You find a bizarre concrete building in the middle of a field with a mutilated android scarecrow on display covered in birds. You walk around this odd Eden and find an isolated tropical forest, thousands of empty whiskey barrels, and a bathroom covered in stickers, graffiti, and broken neon lights. I get 1 hatchet and 5 fruit. Okay. 1 hatchet, 5 fruit. And that's it for the day. And then so I'm going to eat and sleep. All that I already calculated the fruit that I was going to eat for the night. So I have 10 left total. And now we're going to move to day 48. And we're moving up. I could go to the village. The village is right next to where I'm going. But I don't know just yet. So okay, so let's see what the terrain is. 2. 2 is mountains, I believe. Oh, 2 is forest, actually. Okay. So we're going to... And that is a 10. So it is an encounter. Then I'll roll another d6 to see which encounter. I rolled a 3. Okay. This is a new one. Even the kids rust. You come upon a series of buildings overgrown with greenery. You peek through the windows of an old daycare and see a shelf on the wall with well-preserved things on it, so you go to investigate. You step inside the dark and creepy building and check out the shelf. I find 1 first aid kit. You find a bunch of children's books from the 30s. Crypto for babies. God loves his children, except for those children. Oh my god. A guide to your forever child. Bizarre books, you think to yourself as you put them back and turn around to leave. As you head out, you notice in the corner of the room, a ball slowly rolls along the wall. You hear a small girl ask, "Do you want to play with me?" You look around but only see an empty room, until you hear the sounds of small steps above you. You slowly look up to see a child-sized android drop from the ceiling. Oh, and she looks pretty creepy. Okay, so this one can actually do damage to me. If I roll a 1 or a 2, I could get poisoned. So, another android that has 8 health, which is not a lot, but they have 4 defense. I was hoping to fight a gorilla. I've never fought a gorilla. But yes, so Android Girl, if I get a 1 or a 2, I get the poison condition. But I did get another first aid kit, so let me just mark that real quick. Okay. So, Android little creepy girl is going to go first. Snap, I rolled a 2. I am now poisoned. I haven't been poisoned in a second, so I'm going to go back and see what that does. Okay, so at the end of your turn, negative X HP. X is how much poison you have. The max poison you can have is 1. So you begin the fight with 1 poison. If you're poisoned before the fight begins, you remain poisoned after a fight. Okay, so it's just 1. I take it each time, and the max I can get is 3. So right now, at the end of my turn, we'll see my stats here. Oh, I forgot my I forgot to restore my EP, but I've been sleeping and eating for like the past 2 days, so my EP should go from should be like at 18 because I forgot to do it for the past 2 days. Okay. I think I might do the same thing I did with the other one because I don't want to keep getting poisoned. So I am poisoned now. I'm gonna do weapon toss. I am fully upgraded on weapon toss, so it is an auto hit. Once again, I'm going to use the God Finger, and that is 8 damage. 8 minus 4. And then I drop it, pull out the laser sword. Laser sword does another 9 damage. That's my second attack, and she's done. But at the end of my turn, I take 1 poison damage, so I go down to 19. And that is it. That was quick. So what? I believe she had some spare parts. Yeah, so I get another spare part from her. And then I will roll the reward pool. So she only had 2d6 for reward, so that is an 11. A special reward. Or I can get 3 mil bars. I can get a survival book, a first aid kit, or a hunting knife. I think I already have a survival book. I could get, or a first aid kit. I'll just take another first aid kit. Why not? So now I have 4 first aid kits. I am currently poisoned, but I believe the inhalers are the ones that can help me with that. So I will go to the steps in a turn. I finished that combat. So I will eat food. Don't need to use a first aid kit, but I will do fruit. Because of all that, because of eating and sleeping, EP will go back up, and then inhaler will cure poison, so that takes me down. Now I only have 2 inhalers. Inhaler refills, to be specific. And then I go back to 20 HP. So now I'm full up on health and energy points. And that concludes the day. That is day 48. So now we will go to day 49. Move to another tile. Okay, so let's see what the terrain is. 4. 4 is grassland. Okay, so that is a grassland. We will go to page 24. So let's roll for an event. Let's see if we get one. It's a 7. It's ruins. In the grassland, I only have 1 ruin available. That's ruin. So I need to roll a 2 or a 1. That's the only way to get it. So that's a 6. So you have to go in order once you finished all of these. So I finished 3, 4, 5, 6, and so you go to the next available encounter. And I already did 1, 2, so I go to encounter 3. This one's called Junker's Junk Emporium. A dog aggressively barks at you as you walk past a rusty fence. You hear someone yell at it to shut up. An android missing his face skin approaches and asks if you want to see any of his junk. It's pretty cool stuff, he insists. Do you check out his junk? No, because I don't need any more stuff. So I have an option. I could say yes or no. I'm gonna say no because I don't trust anybody, but also because I don't need more stuff. So if you say no, go to page 42. Okay, he's bummed you won't see his junk. He pulls out a battery and hands it to you. 1 solar battery. You can come back anytime if you change your mind about seeing my junk. A lot of cool treasures and stuff back there. You thank him for the battery and shuffle away quickly. Cool, thanks for the battery, buddy. Okay, so I got a solar battery. Let's see what would have happened if I said yes, because I don't trust people. Was that a good... Oh, whoa. Oh, look at that. I could have followed him. And then as you turn a corner, you run into the back of two-headed abomination. I knew it. I knew it. That's why I didn't say yes. I would have to fight that thing. I mean, I would have killed it, but... Ooh, I would have got journaled too. That's okay. I just didn't know. I didn't know what it was gonna do. Okay. I'm going to do the usual. Eat, sleep, all that good stuff. And that is the end of day 49. So we are now at day 50. So we are here. This is A14. And the book said when you get to A14, the game ends. So we are already at the end. So let's go to that page. So on page 55, it says, when you enter tiles a 12, 14, or 16, or hit day 66, the game ends. So then we will go to page 56. The ending. So, let's see. If this is a new tile, it's a grassland. There is heavy rain. Okay. This is a grassland tile. Okay, experience the following event. As you walk on a muddy path in the rain, you hold the disc of knowledge. Even if they don't want you, the least you can do is deliver the disc. With your head down, you get lost in thought and think about the dream you had last night. You and your brother are sitting at a bar. The friends with you are laughing. Everyone is drinking heavily. The bartender kicks you out and you all leave to walk home. It's so late, the city roads are empty. Your brother drunkenly dances through the rainy streets, setting off the alarms of parked cars. You laugh and yell at him to get out of the road, but he doesn't listen. There's a sinking feeling in your stomach, and you begin to panic as you yell for him to get out of the road, but nothing comes out of your mouth. Time slows down. Frozen and unable to move, you watch a giant four-eyed robot appear from the darkness, run up on your brother and stab him in the stomach. It lifts him off the ground and tosses him to the side. It freezes in place and stares at you, its arms and eyes glowing in the dark. You try and scream for help, but nothing comes out. And then you wake up. As you approach a hill, you hear the sounds of a crowd. You've caught up with your people. Someone yells, "Oh shit, is that?" A loud crash to your left interrupts the moment. You turn and see the god from before, crushing trees to get to you. It makes a loud, distorted screech that brings everyone to their knees as they cover their ears. It breaks the tree line and leaps in the air to crush you. Listen, I wish you would. Listen. We're gonna have to do this again. I'm gonna have to teach this god another lesson. It's getting sad. It's getting sad at this point. Oh, Laura. Girl. It's getting sad, girl. So, we are in combat. It has 40 health. Okay? This thing can hit me. If I roll a 5 to a 6, it does 15 damage. But for me, that would be minus 12. So it would only do 3 damage every time it gets every time I roll a 5 or 6, it will do 3 damage. Okay. So, it's going to go first as it comes down to try to crush me. I rolled a 2 and it does nothing at all. Laura, I told you. That does nothing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a weapon toss. I can do weapon toss a lot as long as I have the melee weapons for it. So that is 2 EP. Like I've been doing before, I am going to throw the God Finger. That does 8 damage, but this thing has a defense of 3. So I do 8 minus 3, so that's 5. It now has 35. I'm going to go again because of weapon toss. And use the laser sword, of course. That does 9 damage minus 3. So that does it is now at 20. So that was my turn, and then I'm gonna roll again for the god that tries to hit me. A 2 again does nothing at all. I can't use weapon toss anymore, but what about shoot and swipe? I could possibly do shoot and swipe. That is, oh, that's -6 EP. I can tackle with both a ranged and a melee weapon, but I don't have those attached to my body currently. Let's see what else I have. I have dodge and strike. It gives +2 to an attack, and that is an auto hit. I could do that, or I can do EMP grenade. I could try to stun this thing. That could be fun. So let's do EMP grenade. That's -2 EP. So it does +3 stun. So that's -2 EP, so my EP goes down to 16. EMP grenade is an auto hit. I'm going to use my solar taser. And that does 10 damage automatically. 10 minus 3, so 7. It is now at 22. But now I'm going to roll 3d6. If any of these d6 are a 4, I have stunned the god. And it cannot move on this top of the round. Oh! No! I didn't roll a 4, so it's not stunned. It's okay. It you know, I didn't waste a turn. I still did damage, but it's not stunned. So it's going to go again and try to hit me. It's a 3. A 3 does no damage to me. So I'm going to go again. I have my laser sword. 9 damage is what I'm going to do. And that will be 9 minus 6, of course. 9 minus 3, so I do 6 damage. This thing is now at 16. So it is going to roll again. So I rolled a 5. So 5 hits. That is 15 damage, minus all of my armor. So that's only 3 total. So I'm now at 17. It finally hit me. Finally, it was able to bruise me. I'm just bruised. I'm not even bleeding yet. Laura, let's go. Again, the only thing on my active body, because I've thrown my solar taser, I've thrown the god finger to do a couple things. So I could do dodge and strike? Yeah, let's do that. I'll do dodge and strike. That will add a +2 to my attack. EP goes down to 14. Dodge and strike is a +2, so total it'll be 11. 11 minus 3. So it'll be 8 damage. The god is now down to 8. Oh, I know exactly what I'm going to do next. I'm going to do dodge and strike again, because if it does 8 damage, I'll kill it in this next hit. So I'm going to see if it does anything. Oh, the god rolled a 6, so I take 3 more damage. My health goes down to 14. So I'm going to do dodge and strike again. I dart and slide to the side. EP goes down to 12. I do 8 more damage with my laser sword. Plunge it into the god's head and watch it fall. It is dead. Okay, so for the reward, it says, keep reading. Okay. The god falls to the ground in defeat. You walk over to its head and rip out a handful of wires. This time, it will stay dead. You hope. The villagers gather around you and cheer you on for surviving. Oh, now you cheer on me? I'm going to take my laser sword. No, I'm kidding. They're impressed that someone as small as you... Hey, I'm 5'10". I'm not small. I have so much armor. I'm not small. Whatever. They're impressed that someone as small as you is capable of taking on such a giant machine. The village leader pushes through the crowd and approaches you with a hug. She tells you that she was trying to warn you earlier, but you weren't catching on to her hints. Of course you can join us, because this new place was recommended by Alora. Oh, no. You guys are freaking idiots. We're going to need someone to watch our backs if she sends another machine like that to control us. Recommended by Alora? She can't be trusted. You begin to walk north towards a new area with everyone when the crowd gasps. Everyone slowly rucks around a frozen helper F2. You walk up to it and tap the top of its head. It makes a little chime and the small display on the side of its body flickers on. You rip off one of its antennas and pull the disc of knowledge out of your bag. You show it to the village leader and tell her this should keep everyone God-free for some time. You place it in the helper F2 to decrypt it. The small screen shuffles through a series of cryptic symbols until it stops and displays a message in the robotic language and asks for a passcode. Fill in the grid with the right code to unlock the full link. To decrypt the disk of knowledge, you will need to solve the riddle and fill out the missing piece of the barcode. Scan it with a capable device to unlock the contents of the disk. Okay, so let's see. Well, after spending some time talking to the creator about what all of this, like these QR codes and stuff mean, it is very not clear, unless I'm missing something, but apparently, if anybody's watching and is also confused, this is an alphabet. This is all alphabets, and these are words. Hidden. It's like a hidden alphabet. And all the pages, they're alphabet. And then if you look down near the numbers, there's like little squares. In the bottom left, you'll see more squares. I'm still a little bit confused. I am horrible at riddle finding and figuring things out like this. I'm just so bad. So it was, for me, it seems a little... I mean, he said it's optional, but nowhere in the book does it say it's optional, and I didn't know that at all. And I didn't even know what these are. I think if you have to reach out to the creator to just figure out how to end the book, it's kind of odd, in my opinion. So that will conclude the ending of Miru II. A very different experience, I will say. I'm probably just way overpowered, probably, and I'm interested but hesitant to see what Miru III brings. It might just be a lot of the same here, where I'm just so overpowered. I have 12 defense at this point, so the most that a robot can do is like 3 damage to me. I think the shine and the kind of the high intensity and the stakes, I guess, were so high in Miru 1. I died so many times. But now in Miru 2, I was excited because I was stronger and, I was going to finally kill the god. But it keeps coming back. But I will kill it every single time. So yeah, I'm not scared anymore. I guess that's what I was feeling in Miru 1, and that's what made it so rewarding. And so the stakes are just so much lower for me. I definitely am just very overpowered, I think. And so I'm not feeling the pressure or anything like that. I have really good like tech skills that are leveled up that do auto hits. I just have a lot of stuff. And then that ending was just odd. I wish the same thing with Miru. There was just some stuff that just wasn't explained. I wish there was a page that was just like, hey, if you're interested, these are alphabet. Like, this is an alphabet, and these kind of QR code blocks, there's a secret message hidden on every page. So check it out if you would like. The way that it works is, I mean, I don't know if this is... I asked for hints and stuff because I really wasn't understanding. I was told that you could just copy-paste these, like literally just grab your mouse, copy-paste these sections here, and then paste it into Google Docs, and then it will decrypt these messages for you, which I think is just like some lore. But when you get to this last page, it says fill in the grid with the right code to unlock the full link. I still don't know how that's done. But what I did was I just grabbed my phone, I scanned it. It takes you to a web page, so anybody can do this, but it's password locked. What you do is you copy paste this section here, and then it will give you a riddle. Apparently, the answer to that riddle will unlock this webpage here, the passcode. I had no idea what the riddle is. I still don't know how. Like, I was just he just gave me the riddle in the end because I have no idea how to decrypt it. I'm horrible at escape rooms. Like, this is not my thing. Um, I think it's a lot of extra steps that are unnecessary, in my opinion. Only because it's not explained anywhere in the book that this is just a thing. You get like some maps and stuff, like even these treasure maps. I Now that I know the thing, maybe I'll copy paste and see what they say, because these 5 dashes, so I'm guessing that's a word. So yeah. So overall, I would say, if I was going to kind of quickly review Miru II, I would say an easier experience because I played Miru 1, leveled up a lot, got a lot of stuff, and so I was really strong by Miru 2. And so nothing really hit me. There was no stakes at all. I was playing through the days and I was thinking, okay, this is just the first 10 days. First 15 days is really calm. Because that's what happened in my first playthrough of Miru 1. Yeah, so it was really calm. So in Miru 1, I was like, first 15 days, I almost gave up there too because it was so tough, but I stuck with it and I'm so glad I did. But this one, I stuck with it, but I even ended early, ended on day 50. You defeat the god at 45, and then you fight another god. So I am a little hesitant going into Miru 3. So again, I didn't really feel the stakes, and I guess that's my biggest critique, is that it felt very easy, a little too easy. And so I'm interested to see what Miru 3 brings. I will ask more questions before officially purchasing it. And if I already did purchase it, then I will still play it. Just because I have it, I don't want the money to go to waste. But yeah, an interesting playthrough for sure. I just want to know how Miru 3 is going to be, and we'll go from there. So, yeah, that is the end of my Miru 2 playthrough.